Hello! So today I'm going to be talking about Love Forms by Claire Adams. It's Booker season, baby! Love Forms centres around the character Dawn Bishop. She is a former doctor, now divorced, living in London. At age 16 she became pregnant and was sent off by her very affluent family in Trinidad to Venezuela, to a convent in Venezuela. And it's at this convent where she gave up her daughter for adoption in secret. Now approaching 60, Dawn's life is kind of like engulfed in this form of sort of like loss and nostalgia for the past. However, via an online forum where adopted children can sometimes meet or try and find their parents and vice versa, Dawn makes a connection. And this connection reignites her search for closure. Let's get into some tasty themes. We have unspoken trauma and memory. We have maternal instinct and identity. We have nostalgia and the past. And finally, I'd say we have regret. The key players in this novel are Dawn herself and her sort of search or reconnection with her daughter and the sort of trip down memory lane we go on with her. We have Dawn's family, her 2 sons and her ex-husband. We have Dawn's parents. Finally, we have the woman that she is connected with online, her possible daughter. This is a really introspective novel. In essence, it's just Dawn telling us about her life. We get insight into her career, insight into her marriage with her ex-husband. We get quite a deep exploration of motherhood and her relationship with her 2 sons. And we get a lot. The whole sort of novel really is this examination of aging and regret. Oh, I suppose as well as a lot of her looking at the idea of identity and exile. But everything that has happened in Dawn's life manifests from this one event at age 16. This adoption she gave up, this huge regret of her life. What we're getting is a really introspective, really small examination of a single life in which that one act has sort of changed this woman and the way that she deals with everything. So what did I like and what didn't I like? What I liked. Well, I thought this was a really sort of nuanced exploration of a life, of loss, of regret, of all of those things. I thought it was all really well balanced. I actually really enjoyed like the atmosphere of this novel, which I didn't think it was going to do, but it sort of brought London to life really nicely. It brought Trinidad to life really nicely. Yeah, I got a real feel for the kind of 2 places and the sort of the dual identity that Dawn's going through and her sort of love for where she comes from. It was brought to life, yeah, beautifully. I really enjoyed the prose in this one. I think it's sort of, well, obviously very reflective, but sort of quite pulled back and restrained, but really focused, if that makes any sense. I thought the handling of maternal trauma was done excellently throughout the entirety of this novel. I thought it was just, it wasn't too heavy-handed. It was so well balanced. Yeah, I thought it was just handled so well. I also thought the novel was really thematically strong in what it was doing. Again, I'm repeating myself over and over, but everything was really well balanced in that regard. And finally, I really enjoyed Dawn's narrative voice throughout the entirety of this. I got on board with her very quickly. She does have a sense of humour to the story that she's telling us and her look on life, but also there's a deep sadness there as well. And yeah, I just really loved going on this journey with her. What didn't I like? Well, for me personally, I want in my novels a bit more of a narrative drive taking place, and this one doesn't really have that. Next thing I didn't like is I actually thought the side characters who I was engaging with were just a bit underdeveloped. They felt, I don't know, with how sort of rich Dawn is in the storytelling that she's giving us, I would have liked the side characters to be brought to life a lot more. And finally, I would say there's too much introspection and not enough happening, not enough action or events or things like that. I think, and this isn't a novel that's trying to be that, so I'm purely speaking from my tastes and what I enjoy, and I would have liked this novel to have had just a little bit more going on. But that's it for my dislikes. Overall, I thought Love Forms was a quietly reflective and emotionally complex novel that dealt with regret, loss, and maternal instincts incredibly well, like just brilliantly. I can absolutely understand why it's on the long list. There are just a few things in there pulling this novel down for me that, well, I've just said them. But so overall, I'm landing on a 4 stars out of 5 for this one. I did think it was excellent, and if it had just a little bit more narrative drive, a little bit more action within it, and those side characters were fleshed out, I think this could have been a 5-star book for me. So there you go. Have you read Love Forms by Claire Adams? And if you have, what did you think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Please let me know in the comments below. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying whatever you might be reading, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye.